Hello, everyone. I'm Richard Royster, Associate Principal here at Lafayette High School. Today, I got a really interesting video for you in that I have some of our student teachers here in this building. These are all student teachers in social studies from the University of Kentucky, and irony of ironies, that's where I graduated from. And I actually student taught here at Lafayette in 1988, 30 years ago, right here in social studies. So I wanted to bring these guys in and ask just some general reflection question, almost like job interview questions, so kind of like practice job interview questions. And so we're just going to take turns answering the question, and if you are a teacher or a student teacher, I invite you to pick one of these questions and answer it down below. I'd be very interested in seeing what you have to say. So here we go. First question, and then actually I'm going to let them introduce themselves first. So let's go around and introduce, and where are you from?
My name is Samantha Carlson, and I'm from upstate New York, Rochester area.
Hi, I'm Tanner Flora, and I'm from Georgetown, Kentucky, so Scott County.
I'm Bradley Hicks. I'm from Grayson County, Kentucky, a small place called Litchfield.
Yeah, familiar with it?
Hi everyone, I'm JC Clark, and I'm from Eastern Kentucky, area kind of like Greenup County or Ashland.
Okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to start the questions, and we're going to start right here and just work around. And we're going to take turns going first. So the first question is, tell me about the time you realized you wanted to be a teacher and why.
Okay. I have always wanted to be a teacher. That's a very stereotypical answer, but I always played teacher when I was little. I've always been very organized and loved color coding, and I needed to put those skills to good use. So I was a really good student in high school, and I just thought if I excelled as a student, I could make it a career. And I had amazing social studies teachers growing up all through school, and I just wanted to be just like them. So I went to school for it.
Okay, same question.
That's exactly what I expected. I had a different approach. I didn't know what I wanted to do for the longest time, honestly. I would just jump between like, hey, this time I want to do psychology and stuff like that. I hit teacher when I was in my sophomore year of college. I was given the opportunity to shadow for one of my previous professors, so I jumped on that. And from there, I went and off the record kind of observed some of my favorite teachers from Scott County and kind of really enjoyed it. So, yeah, pursued it.
Okay, great.
I started getting interested in the possibility of a career in education in high school, actually. I started doing some tutoring programs, started working with some of my peers and some younger children. I thought to myself, I could see myself doing this for money.
Right.
Then I looked it up and realized that I'm not doing it for money.
No, you're probably not. There are many benefits to education. Financial is not one of them.
I think that I went into teaching, one, because of all the amazing teachers I've ever had. I think that's such an inspiration, and I think I almost viewed them as more of a role model, into a profession. I also think that you have, at least for me, I found a really high reward in seeing that I could help people every day, because that was a really big, important aspect for me. But mostly, I just love the content, especially history. I've always been in love with it, and I love seeing what our country's done from what's gone on around the world. So that's kind of my job.
There's a lot of great stories in history.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you gotta love storytelling.
Yes. You're very good at it too.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. We're going to start with Mr. Flora, and the question number 2 is: in what way do you feel confident as a new teacher, and in what ways do you feel less confident?
Oh man, there's so much less to be confident about, I feel like, than a little nervous or anxious. Confident in like content area for the most part, and then less confident in classroom management and things like that. That'll hopefully come with time. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, learning to manage a classroom of teenagers does take time, effort, and lots of reflection. Okay, next.
Sorry, I feel pretty confident in that. I am fairly passionate about this subject area. I love social studies, and I enjoy the process of trying to convey it to people. And if I'm less confident in anything, it's going to be that I've noticed in a lot of cases students aren't as interested in social studies as I am, and I feel like I'm going to have just a bit of a sort of like a learning curve to get over.
It's definitely, every teacher should be passionate about their subject, and I think that's a real strength as a teacher. If you can bring passion to math or science or social studies or PE or art or whatever it is, you have to bring passion to your subject.
Absolutely.
Jason?
I would say the thing I'm the least confident in is probably classroom management for sure. Dealing with like a behavioral issue. That realm of teaching, just because I was not that student.
Right.
And that's the thing I'm most confident in is probably building the relationships with students and honestly getting to know them. That's something that just always comes easy to me. I think also is one of those reasons I wanted to go into teaching, because like the kids matter.
Yes. They matter more than your subject.
Yeah.
Keep the focus on that.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. Oh, I'm sorry.
I have a really good one.
Yes. didn't want to skip Ms. Carlson. Go ahead.
So the thing I'm most confident in for student teaching is the fact that I'm still a student.
Uh-huh.
And I'm really excited about the ability to like make a fool of myself completely and have a safety net and be able to have someone actively in the classroom with me and be like, this is what you did well and this is what you didn't do well, and actively work on that. And I'm really confident in my ability to take criticism and not have it knock you down or have you be defensive about it, but really grow from there. And I think the thing I'm least confident in is having to do all that on your own and making sure you take the skills from student teaching and transfer them into your first year and onward, past that of just always being critical of yourself in a way that's helpful.
Being your own worst critic is probably your best benefit, and just reflecting, continuously, that's going to be a great strength as a teacher. All right, question number 3, starting with Mr. Hicks. What do you hope to gain from your student teaching experience?
Well, I think that it captures it in the question. I'm hoping to gain experience. I'm from a very, I'm from a very different place than Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
This is very different region from where I grew up in, and I feel like I'm really going to get something out of working with these brilliant students that we have up here.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can take that back and maybe utilize it wherever I get hired.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, I would have to honestly almost agree with your answer. Again, I grew up in a very small town. My graduating class had 100 kids in it. So this, being at Lafayette, it's new to me. I'm super excited about it, but it's also a learning curve to me because we have so many kids and, between the different blocks, I'm hoping to just gain that different experience of a different school culture that was different from mine. And I'm also looking to gain just more insight on how to teach content and different, risque areas, or just how to navigate those waters.
Okay.
I think I'm looking forward to gaining on-the-ground experience the most, just because we have so many talks about how to handle certain subjects and how to best teach and best practices, and actually being able to use them in a classroom versus just talking about them in like our classrooms with our professors looks very different.
Okay.
I'd echo a lot of what they said. I'm looking for the hands-on experience, looking forward to that a lot. And I'm really looking forward to all the different teaching styles that we get to see and all the perspectives that come with that.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that you see different classrooms while you're here, and not just in social studies, but branch out in some other areas, including some of our resource classrooms in special education. I think it would be a great opportunity and a benefit for you. Okay, question number 4. JC gets to start this one.
Yay!
What are you most concerned about beyond your student teaching experience?
Beyond my student teaching experience, the most I'm concerned about is the fact that I'm fully on my own in my classroom. That it's just me. I'm the one responsible. I'm the one in charge. Now in student teaching, we have our main teachers to fall back on. We have each other to fall back on. And just the fact that when I leave student teaching, it's all on my shoulders. I think that's the thing that
I'm going to hope wherever you land, that's not true. I'm going to hope that you have colleagues that support you, and the new mentor program in Kentucky, where it's a 2-year program instead of a 1-year K-tip, and it's more informal. I think that's going to be a tremendous benefit to new teachers.
Yes, I think it's absolutely needed too.
Yeah.
I would assume all of us are scared of those unknown waters, by ourselves.
Yeah, back when I started, it was like, here's your keys, here's your books.
You do it.
You do it. That's right. Okay, go ahead.
I think the thing I'm most concerned about leaving student teaching is finding a high school whose culture I can really get behind. High schools are so different, and they fit teachers so differently, and departments are so different, that wherever I go, I want to make the best of it. But I'm really hoping to find a place to plant myself and really invest in the community and the school, and just really feel passion for that area.
Okay, great.
Honest, other than like getting the training wheels taken off, I don't know, like navigating the behind the scenes, I guess, like the politics of it all. I mean, there's not too much I guess I'm afraid of, because I'm ready to just fail and get that over with and learn from that, you know.
There'll be many failures along the way, I'm sorry to say.
Yes.
But they will be episodic, right? They won't be epic.
And you'll get back up.
Oh,
Yes, yes,
definitely
yes.
gotta get back up.
Yes. And last answer.
If I'd be worried about anything, I think it'll be a lot of the changing dynamic of graduating from a student to a teacher. You know, right? I'm worried about, you know, that transitionary period and how it's going to be to adjust to the position of, I guess, authority that a teacher has to have in the classroom.
Yeah, one of the big challenges that I've noticed over the years is new teachers coming in, being the adult in the room, right? The kids aren't your friend, but you're friendly.
Yes.
And so it is a challenging balancing act, but y'all are obviously a very articulate and smart group, and I know that Lafayette's going to be great to have you guys. And so just thanks for participating. Thanks for watching. Again, if you are a teacher or student teacher, I encourage you to answer one of those questions down below. Thanks, guys. This is Richard Royster again at Lafayette High School. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.